My brother destroyed Dad's priceless antique bike. What happens when a priceless family heirloom, a symbol of generations, is shattered in an instant? My dad's antique bike wasn't just metal and gears. It was his past, our legacy, and in one careless moment, my brother destroyed it. Let me take you back. Dad's bike wasn't just old, it was sacred. A 1948 Vincent Black Shadow. If you know bikes, you know. This thing was his first love. He restored it himself back in college, piece by piece. When we were kids, he'd pull us into the garage and tell stories. How he rode it across 3 states, how it saved him from getting drafted, how he met Mom at a roadside diner leaning against it. The bike was the story. He'd polish it every Sunday. Never rode it anymore, just admired it. Museum quality, gleaming black, chrome so clean you could see your soul in it. It wasn't just a machine, it was history on 2 wheels. And Dad swore it'd be passed down when we were older, if we earned it. Then came the disaster. It was early summer. Dad and Mom were out for their anniversary weekend. My brother, Ethan, 19 and still deep in his nothing can touch me phase, was house sitting. I had gone out that night. I didn't know he had friends over. Apparently, someone dared him. Or maybe he just thought it would be cool. I still don't know. But Ethan, idiot that he was, rolled Dad's bike out of the garage, revved it up, and decided to just take it around the block. No helmet, no experience with anything more powerful than a scooter. He crashed it 3 blocks from the house. The front wheel buckled, the gas tank split, the engine casing cracked like an eggshell, the handlebar bent in on itself like a broken arm. A neighbor heard the sound and called me before the cops even arrived. When I saw the wreck, I felt physically sick. The bike was folded in on itself, oil bleeding onto the pavement like blood. Ethan sat on the curb, scraped up and silent, holding his hand like it was broken. But all I could see was the bike. We didn't tell Dad over the phone. How could we? We waited until they came home the next morning. The moment he walked into the garage and saw the empty space, his face changed. When he saw the remains in the back of the tow truck, he didn't yell. He didn't even speak. He just stood there, eyes locked on what was left of the thing he'd spent decades loving. Then he walked inside, closed the door, and didn't come out for hours. That silence hit harder than any scream. Ethan tried to apologize, tried to explain that he didn't mean to crash it, that he thought it would be fine, that it was just a ride. But just a ride doesn't erase 50 years of memories. Dad couldn't look at him for days. Mom was stuck in the middle, crying in the kitchen. And me? I couldn't even talk to Ethan. Not yet. I just kept thinking, how do you fix something like this? We looked into repairs, called specialists, collectors. One guy said he could maybe get it looking right again for $30,000, but the original parts were too damaged. The heart of it, the engine, the tank, the frame was gone, unfixable. Ethan offered to work and pay Dad back, but what do you pay for destroying someone's past? He worked all summer anyway, didn't party, didn't hang out, just worked. He stayed quiet, he stayed home, but the silence in the house stayed too. Family dinners turned cold. Dad barely spoke unless it was about bills or chores. Ethan didn't touch the garage, ever, and I didn't know how to feel. Torn between wanting to punch him and wanting things to be normal again. Months passed. Then, one morning, I heard noise in the garage. I peeked in and saw Dad not fixing the bike, just cleaning up the space, hanging tools, sweeping. The wrecked frame still sat in the corner under a tarp. He turned to me and said, "I'm thinking about turning it into a sculpture. Keep what's left. Make something new." That was the first time I saw a shift. Eventually, slowly, we talked again. All of us. Ethan included. He never stopped saying sorry. And Dad never said, "I forgive you." But he let him help weld the metal. Together, they turned what was left of the bike into an art piece that now sits in the living room. Twisted, bent, and weirdly beautiful, like a scar that healed into something else. We'll never write it again, but it's still part of us. The trust, it's not all the way back, but it's growing. Sometimes the things that break you end up binding you tighter, not because they're fixed, but because you choose to keep going anyway.